Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our real-time trading series with ninza.co. Today, we'll be trading with orderflow presentation version 2, a version that delivers nearly 100% upgrade over version 1. This update introduces a major breakthrough, a non-tick replay technology that offers accuracy and performance even superior to traditional tick replay. In this session, we'll be putting these newly enhanced features to the test as we take on the market with a scalping approach. All right, no more waiting. Let's jump right in. Let's jump straight into our first trade. Take a look at the delta chart. This chart doesn't just tell you whether delta is positive or negative. It shows you how delta evolves throughout the entire candle, giving you a much deeper understanding of order flow behavior. Here, you can clearly see that the delta trajectories are showing signs of hesitation. During this indecision phase, we can see two delta bars showing lower wick rejection, indicating that sellers are failing to push the price down. Right after this hesitation, a strong positive delta bar breaks out, signaling a decisive shift as buyers step in with strength. At this point, all the information clearly supports a buy signal. And the delta chart is, in our opinion, the most valuable upgrade because it reveals the delta trajectory in real time, something we simply could not see in earlier versions of order flow tools. Next, we again see another clear failure from the sellers, revealed through the delta trajectory as selling pressure continues to be absorbed without any real follow-through. On top of that, price is reacting at key resistance levels formed by previous zones of strong buy-sell activity. When price touches these levels, it bounces upward with no signs of further decline. With just these two pieces of information, seller failure shown through delta, and a bullish reaction at a strong volume level, we already have a solid reason to enter a buy trade. After the price moves up, we can clearly see profit-taking pressure starting to appear. This is reflected in the delta trajectory, which shows a series of strong bearish delta bars indicating aggressive selling activity. When profit-taking occurs, price often tends to retest the recent support resistance levels it previously interacted with. At this point, we will enter a sell trade as the failure of the buyers is clearly visible on the delta chart. This indicates that buyers are losing strength and sellers are beginning to take control. Our target is also the same set of previous support resistance levels, and as expected, price has moved back into that zone. Now, pay attention to how the market reacts at these levels. We can see that all of them have turned red, indicating that sellers are fully in control at this moment. At the same time, a candle is retesting these levels, and with strong selling pressure confirmed across the board, I am getting ready for a sell signal at this area. Naturally, I entered a sell trade once the failure of the buyers became clear. However, this particular entry did not work out, as the market was still in a natural pullback phase. This turned out to be the only losing trade of the entire session. A completely acceptable outcome, given the market context and the discipline of following the system. After that losing trade, I began to evaluate additional price conditions before taking the next entry. Even though the previous setup failed, price was still within a sell zone, with all levels turning red, indicating that selling pressure was still dominant. This told me that the bearish context remained valid, and as long as another proper signal appeared, there would still be a high probability opportunity to enter a new sell position. At this point, by observing the POC of each candle, we can clearly see that most POCs are orange, indicating that sellers remain in full control. Notably, every candle with an orange POC is followed by strong bearish movement. Right at these two candles on the chart, we can see two blue POCs, indicating that buyers attempted to step in and regain control. However, the outcome was the opposite. Both candles resulted in strong bearish moves, offering no advantage to the buyers. This clearly shows that the buy-side effort failed and selling pressure remained dominant. And by analyzing the POC of each candle in more detail, we were able to enter our trades even more accurately. With the upgraded POC feature that identifies which side is winning at each POC, you can clearly see who is in control, not just where the POC is located. This gives you direct insight into the true order flow behind every candle, something that was not visually accessible in earlier tools. Next, the price returns to a very important level, the previous day's POC. This is the price area where the market traded the most during the prior session. What makes it significant is that this POC is blue, indicating that buyers were the ones in control at this level. When price revisits such a strong liquidity zone, this information becomes highly valuable. Looking closely at the price behavior around this POC zone, we can see a series of delta bars with lower wick rejections, indicating that a shift and reaction are beginning to form. This is typical when price returns to a strong liquidity level. Some form of reaction almost always occurs. Soon after, multiple positive delta bars appear on the delta chart, confirming that the price is genuinely reacting upward. With both price action and delta supporting the move, this becomes a solid spot for us to enter a buy trade. And as you can see, we secured another winning buy trade here. After the price moves up, it once again returns to the previous support resistance levels, which were initially marked in orange. But this time, we see a key shift. These levels begin turning blue, and they align closely with the previous day's POC. This tells us that such a color transition can only occur when buyers actively step in, confirming strong buy-side participation at this very moment. At the same time, the delta trajectory shows a series of strong, decisive, positive delta bars, revealing that sellers are failing to push the price lower. Once this seller failure became clear on the delta chart, I entered a buy trade immediately, capitalizing on the moment buyers regained control. Since this buy trade approached a level with strong selling pressure, I adjusted my stop to lock in profits. This protects the gains while still allowing the market room to continue moving in our favor. Now let's take a closer look at the next trade. This one is especially interesting. After price touches the strong selling pressure level and starts to react downward, we see a sequence of 7 candles, with 5 of them showing positive delta. But despite the positive delta, the price action tells a completely different story. Continuous bearish candles with long upward width. This clearly indicates a major failure from the buyers. Every attempt to push the price higher is immediately absorbed and sold into. In simple terms, the higher the price tries to climb, the harder it gets sold. A textbook sign that sellers are in full control, and buyer attempts are merely providing liquidity for the sell side. Now look at the POCs of those candles. We can clearly see 5 POCs highlighted in orange, indicating that sellers are maintaining strong control throughout this phase. This reinforces the idea that every upward attempt is met with heavy selling pressure, with the orange POCs showing exactly where sell-side volume is dominating. Next, look at the 3 candles that follow. Although their POCs are blue, suggesting buying pressure is trying to take control at the POC level, the price action tells a different story. All 3 candles fail to close higher and each leaves a long upper wick, showing that buyers are being pushed down again and again. Combined with the delta and POC signals, this clearly indicates that buyers are losing the battle while sellers remain firmly in control. I entered a sell trade here, and looking deeper into the candle's profile, we can see that the yellow bars, representing the sell pressure, are heavily concentrated in the lower portion of the bearish candle. This distribution shows that sellers are holding strong control, with sustained selling activity at lower price levels. It's a clear confirmation that the bearish momentum is solid and well supported. Similar to the previous setup, when price revisits the sell-dominated resistance levels, marked in orange, it reacts downward again. Looking closer, the POCs of the 2 candles in this area clearly show sell-side dominance, with both POCs leaning strongly towards selling pressure. As a result, these 2 candles reflect strong, decisive selling behavior, confirming that sellers are firmly in control at this zone. This reinforces the validity of the sell setup and highlights the strength of sell-side momentum. Similarly, we see a blue POC, indicating that buyers briefly took control at that level. However, the following candle closes as a strong bearish candle, showing once again that buyers failed despite their attempt to dominate the POC. And then, a bullish candle with a long upper wick appears, showing that sellers stepped in aggressively at higher prices. This signals buyer weakness and strong selling pressure returning. With all these confirmations from Delta, POC, and price action, we now have enough conditions to open a sell trade. The key to using order flow effectively is to combine multiple layers of information to confirm whether the market is supporting a buy or sell bias. When several signals align in favor of buyers, you look for buy setups. When they favor sellers, you look for sell setups. In this style of trading, a pure scalping approach, entries are quick, positions are not held for long, and the focus is always on areas where price shows clear reactions. Throughout the session, I rely on only 1 or 2 repeating entry setups, using order flow signals to time them precisely. I hope this real-time trading session, not a playback, helps you understand order flow better and improves your trading performance. Wishing you more confidence and success in your future trades. Join the Hello Win Forum, where NINZaFamily traders come together to explore valuable trading knowledge and products. Click the link in the description to get started. Thanks for watching until the end. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell icon so you don't miss our latest content.